Has this ever happened to you? It definitely happened to me. It fell straight down from the castle rocks. And that's why I'd like to talk about this palette today. It's my Art Toolkit palette. I've been using it for over a year now for my urban sketching. And overall it's a good palette. It's very thin, very lightweight, very compact, and I can easily place it to my pencil case. But I have two main issues with this palette. Due to the materials it was made from, it doesn't hold very securely on my magnet clips. As you can see, it goes all over the place. When I used my previous one, it wasn't like it goes anywhere, but as you can see, difference is quite obvious. So I decided to modify this palette a little bit. I thought that if I attached this cell adhesive metal plates on the palette, it could be better. So just a quick test. And I think you can hear the difference. So let's try this, and then we will see if we have to improve also the magnets, because they are a little bit pulled down and there is a little gap, and I think it would be better if I change the magnets as well. We will see. This is the position I usually have the magnets. Okay. So the plates are about 14 grams. Let's attach them like here. Okay, let's try it now. Yeah, much sturdy. Oh, this is my Daniel Smith ultramarine blue. Yeah, I think it's better, and I think I will not have to change the magnets. It's very sturdy now. But let's talk about this Art Toolkit folio palette a little bit more. I don't think I have to introduce it in great detail, but I think a lot of urban sketchers have the same issue with it like I have, because it has only two edges on this mixing part, and it has a tendency to tilt a bit. Your mixes will fall off the edge if you don't glide it on the exactly flat surface. So I thought I might have improved it with this ordinary kitchen wooden stick. I put it here. And I think it just might work. It's not a huge difference, but slightly difference might work. We will see. I will try this on location. I also received a question about my watercolors. And regarding brands, I really like Winsor and Newton professional paints. But recently I also tried much cheaper ShinHan, and although they are not bad at all, I noticed that they run out a bit faster. so I guess they are not as pigmented as Winsor and Newton ones. But let's look at it from a financial perspective as well. A 15 milliliters tube of ShinHan costs here about 4 USD, and 14 ml tube of the same shade of Winsor and Newton costs almost 16, and popular Daniel Smith is about the same. So it's up to you and your budget if you decide on a full professional brands like Daniel Smith or Winsor and Newton, but I can recommend ShinHan as well. Even though you might use more of it, the colors stays nice and vibrant after they dry. I was also thinking about trying Roman Schmal, who is very popular in urban sketching community, but because he only sells pens and I want to use my Art Toolkit palette, I will have to wait and see if he starts making tube as well. I only have one Daniel Smith color in my palette, and it's a ultramarine blue. I find it the similar quality as Winsor and Newton one, but I'm not experienced enough to judge. As you can see, I currently use 15 colors in my palette, but mostly I use only about 6 or 7 of them. I don't swatch all my colors on camera, but you can see them here with their names, and you can pause it and read it later if you want. Instead of it, I can show you how I do my greens and shadow mixes. As you could see, I have 2 greens in my palette. One is sub-green, but as you can see, it's very poisony green. And the second one is shadow green. I almost never use a sub-green straight from the pen. I use it only as a base, and I add a cadmium yellow for a lighter tone. And sometimes I use quinacridone gold. When I want a darker tone, darker shade, I add ultramarine blue to the mix. But I like shadow green very much, so I sometimes use it as it is, straight from the pen. But if I don't have any green in my palette, or if I want a more natural look, I would use cobalt turquoise and mix it with one of my earthy colors like raw umber or yellow ochre or burnt umber. So let's try it with the raw umber. And you can see you get quite nice natural green. Let's try it with the burnt umber. You will get a darker tone, darker shade of green. Regarding shadow shades, I keep it quite simple for now. Maybe I will study them more deeply in the future, but currently I use a mix of ultramarine blue, hint of alizarin crimson, and sometimes I add a neutral tint for darker shade, but let's see. But if I want to neutralize it, I add raw umber to the mix. Buffy. As you can see, it's quite neutral gray. And you can play it with different ratios for different result. If you want a cooler shade, you add more ultramarine. Yeah. It's more bluish. And if you want more purpley tone, which I really like to use when it's golden hour, you add more permanent alizarin crimson or different cool red. Nice. And again, when I want to neutralize it, I add a raw umber. I don't recommend to use pure gray because then your sketch can end up a bit flat and lifeless. Of course, everyone has their own way of working, and I'm sure you have your favorite tricks too. If you have your own hacks for the Art Toolkit palette, or perhaps a favorite secret mixes for your nature greens or shadows, let me know in the comments. I'm always looking for new inspiration. I hope you find these hacks and mixes helpful, and if you do, please consider subscribing for more urban sketching tips from my journey, and see you in the next one.